All right, before you jump into your research, I want to talk to you about some of the things that we're going to be looking for. The guiding questions are what you need to know about your topic in order to refine your learning goal and your product so that you have a clear vision. And what do you need to know in order to create success criteria and an action plan eventually? And how do we maintain that academic honesty? So, we're going to start with source evaluation. This helps you develop information and media literacy skills. Ultimately, you're looking for three things. What is the point of view? Is it biased, one sided? What is the purpose of the information presented? Is it trying to persuade you or is it informational? And then, who is publishing it? While in academic settings, you often look for a .org or a .gov extension, for some of the project research, those may not actually be your best sites. So be mindful of the sites that you explore and their purpose. The next thing to look at is the publication date. When was the source last published or updated, and is the information current? In some cases, like best recipes, you might find that older vintage recipes are useful. While if you're focused on dietary specific cookbooks like for celiacs or kosher, more recent publications may be more helpful in keeping up with the best ingredient brands to use. Last year, there were also a number of projects that used coding. And while there are many academic sources available, you might find that a John Doe's website actually has a great code that you can use for predicting the weather, and then you can see how it works. You can then cite it and include it. Especially in these modern times where so many people have blogs and personal sites. In a project like this, you can stray from the traditional academic sources as your main focus. All of you will also be making a bibliography. This will help develop your information literacy skills. I recommend using an MLA format. Consider using the tools I provided, like EasyBib, to help you format your sources. As you will need at least 3 sources for your project, start a running page for it now. Ultimately, a bibliography and citing your sources in your work gives credit where credit is due, shows the groundwork that you did to complete your work in researching best practices and information, helps you to avoid plagiarism, and adheres to the standards of academia, which is that you give credit to others for their ideas. This also helps to build a network of knowledge, as if someone is interested in what you researched, they can then visit your sources page to deepen their own understanding as well. It is also important for a project to be considered scorable. They must meet the minimum criteria for academic honesty here at Seneca Valley. Creating a works cited page is fairly straightforward with what must be included. You must include the name of the author or the editor, the name of the web page, the name of the website, the publication date or last updated date, the URL, and the date you access the site. If using anything besides the website, visit our Media Center specialists as they're happy to help you. Here is an example of a proper citation. This was created using Noodle Tools. Here is a list of citation resources that will help you to properly cite your resources for your bibliography. And remember, Seneca's library and media specialists are here to help. So today, you're going to set yourself up for research success. You will now complete the know, need to know, and questions you have worksheet. This will help you process your ideas before you actually jump into the research part. Your research assignment is due on October 31st and is on Canvas. You will need to identify 2 sources that you've used, provide a short summary of how it might influence your criteria for success. I suggest starting with a Google search on whatever part of your topic you plan to explore first. This is your action research. Make sure you are copying the link and writing a short summary of your research and all of the information needed for your sources cited. Include your thoughts about how the information you gathered can help you develop success criteria. We're going to dive into developing those success criteria in our next lesson, but start thinking about it now so it gives you an additional purpose for your research. This will be what you are working on for the remainder of class, finishing your need to know questions worksheet and then diving into your research. This will all be due on October 31st, so that you can come prepared to your next meeting. Your next meeting is going to be on Wednesday, November 5th during Eagle Time with your sponsor. As always, if you have any questions, bump into me in the hallways or come visit me in my office on the third floor near the language and literature offices. I am in room 3510. Have a great day, Eagles.